Fox College Football is sponsored by AT&T Business. From Gaylord Family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, we are ready to watch the 6th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners take on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Big 12 football right now here on Fox. Gus Johnson, along with my partner Joel Klatt, and welcome to Norman. When you look at the Oklahoma Sooners, partner, this is one of the big stories in college football this season. Alabama transfer Jalen Hurts, now the leader of the Oklahoma Sooners.
I've got a big smile on my face because I can't wait to watch him play live. I've seen it on TV. I've seen it on tape. I want to see number 1 in this crimson jersey out here on this field. It's been quite a story, and he has played sensational ball.
As for Texas Tech, they'll be without their quarterback. Alan Bowman out, so quarterback by committee situation.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see Jackson Tyner first. He's the graduate transfer from Rice. We'll see both guys. Jet Duffy gives him a little bit more mobility and athleticism, but it's going to be a tough task. This team is great here at home.
All right, Tech won the toss, and they've elected to receive the football, and they'll down it in the end zone. So, as we mentioned, 2 quarterbacks will get opportunities for this Texas Tech team with Alan Bowman out with the shoulder injury. Hopefully he'll be back in a few weeks.
Well, and so it's going to be Jackson Tyner will be the starter, graduate transfer, and this is a guy that can handle a lot at the line of scrimmage. And even though their offensive coordinator David Yost wants to go fast and play with fast tempo, what they're going to try to do today, specifically when Tyner is in the game, is slow down and try to limit the number of possessions that they give the powerful offense for Oklahoma.
Tyner made 3 starts while at Rice, 1 in 2016 and 2 in 2017. On first down, they run it. Armand Shine doesn't go too far. He'll gain maybe a half yard on the play. Kenneth Murray coming up with the tackle, one of the best defenders in all of the Big 12.
And that offensive line for Texas Tech is going to have to understand where Kenneth Murray is. Up front, Terrence Steele, one of their better players, and on the outside, T.J. Vasher. He's 6'6", Gus. And last season, Oklahoma had loads of trouble with big wide receivers. A lot of those guys in the Big 12 went for over 8 catches and over 100 yards. So look for Texas Tech to target T.J. Vasher early and often here today.
2nd down and 10 to the 25. Tyner underneath and incomplete. Great coverage on the play. Trey Brown there, intended for R.J. Turner.
Well, this is the question mark for Oklahoma. We know they're prolific on offense, but can they play defense at a great clip? We're going to find out, in particular that pass defense, which should get tested today.
Opening series for Tech. They're faced with a 3rd down and 10 at the 25. For Jackson Tyner, Edgewood Tiss. They need to get to the 35 for a first down. Armand Shine lines up in the backfield with him. Here's Tyner setting up a underneath route, and that one thrown high and wide for Turner once again. So 3 and out for Texas Tech. Trey Brown there defensively again. And the Red Raiders will have to punt it away.
And this is what you're going to get from Oklahoma to a better degree this year. That front 7 is more aggressive. They're penetrating and creating pressure. That was Neville Gallimore, the 5th-year senior, number 90, who beat the senior and was right in the face of Jackson Tyner as he was trying to release that ball.
So Austin McNamara will punt it away at his own 10-yard line. C.D. Lamb, number 2, one of the most dangerous and talented players in all of college football, is the deep man, and a flag on the play as Lamb goes out of bounds at the 30.
Illegal formation, kicking team, 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty will be added to the dead ball spot. It's 1st and 10.
In some big numbers.
1st down and 10 at the 35 for Hurts and the Sooners, who take over for the first time. Kennedy Brooks in the backfield, and they'll give it to Brooks. He'll break it back. Kennedy Brooks, positive yardage on the play. Chopped down by Adrian Fry after a gain of 7.
Up front, Creed Humphrey is their best offensive lineman, the only returning offensive lineman off of last year's great unit. And then C.D. Lamb hasn't quite gotten loose yet this year, only 9 catches. I expect him to start getting more and more targets as this season goes on. He is a fabulous player.
2nd down and 3 at the 42 for Hurts and the Sooners. Here's Hurts, Standing strong in the pocket, delivers down the field, and it's caught. Rambo rumbling. Charleston Rambo is the team's leading receiver, and he gains 48 yards on his first catch.
And you're just going to see the post come right over from this side. And I want you to take a look at this pocket. Loads of time, and Hurts goes through his progression. This is something that Lincoln Riley has said he needs to get better at and can continue to develop. He stays in there, hangs in the pocket, and delivers a strike down the field. What a wonderful throw.
Rambo, the team's most targeted player, coming off a career game. 5 catches, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns at the Rose Bowl against UCLA. First and goal at the 10. Brooks breaks it back, spins, drives, and goes down inside the 5-yard line. Jordan Brooks finally corrals him after a gain of about 5.
And this running back group is very talented. Trey Sermon, number 4, is going to come in the game. Kennedy Brooks was a sensational player for them as a redshirt freshman last year. And they want to get those backs going a little bit because so far this season, the leading rusher on the team has been Jalen Hurts. And Lincoln Riley would love to change that.
Trey Sermon last year against Tech, 206 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Second and goal at the 5. He'll line up as a pistol back behind Jalen Hurts. Option, Hurts keeps it, jitterbugging, and goes down around the 1. Jalen Hurts could be the 3rd quarterback in a row at OU to win the Heisman Trophy. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray in 17 and 18. In some early season polls, he's leading. But there's Joe Burrow, Justin Fields at Ohio State, and Tua, his former teammate at Alabama, also in the running.
Hey, man, were we not together last week?
What do you mean?
No love for Jonathan Taylor?
Oh, Jonathan Taylor, all right.
There we go. Now we're in business, baby.
3rd down and goal at the 1. And they'll pitch it to Sermon. Touchdown, OU. Sooners marching right down the field on their opening series, highlighted by the 48-yard reception by Charleston Rambo to take a 6-0 lead.
The tackle, Tyrese Robinson, he's going to pull out from his position. He's going to get out in front of Sermon. Watch as Sermon waits for that block. He gets the block, cuts in behind Jeremiah Hall, number 27, and it's an easy touchdown for number 4.
Sooners go on a 5-play, 65-yard drive. They score quickly, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. And as I mentioned, that 48-yard big reception by Rambo set him up nicely. Extra point is good. Charleston Rambo, they said everybody's talking about Calcaterra and CeeDee Lamb. They're sleeping on me. Not anymore, young man.
You don't know what it's like to walk a mile in my shoes. You don't know what.
Welcome back to Norman. 7-0. Jalen Hurts leading the Sooners up and down the field quickly. As Oklahoma takes that 7-0 lead, Burkett will kick it away. Keyshawn Carter is the deep man. This one driven deep into the end zone once again for a touchback.
As it was of the grad transfer. Now, as that was going on, after the fact, there was some extracurricular activity. Oklahoma was called for an unsportsmanlike conduct, Gus, and so now Texas Tech begins this drive all the way up at the 40-yard line.
First down for Jackson Tyner. He'll throw it on down underneath, and it's caught. Nice catch in traffic by T.J. Vasher, the junior from Wichita Falls, Texas. He's 6'6". Buki with the tackle.
Buki Radley-Hiles, number 44, was a 5-star recruit, but he's only 5'9", 185 pounds. And so as soon as Texas Tech sees or can exploit a matchup like that with the 6'6" T.J. Vasher, that's immediately where they're going to go.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 at the 42. Tyner sprints out of the pocket, throws on the move, almost picked off. Great job by Parnell Motley, the senior from Washington, D.C.
He does a great job. Here's Motley right over there on the right side, and he just waits and waits in his zone, and then he's able to undercut the route. Really should have picked that one off. Ill-advised throw from Jackson Tyner.
3rd down and 8 at the 42. Tyner moving around in the pocket, steps up, throws, and incomplete. Nobody home That ball thrown high. Neville Gallimore with pressure. And once again, Texas Tech 3 and out. And you love this front seven for OU.
I do. They're just playing much more aggressive football. Watch Gallimore as he's going to get up the field, and he's going to beat actually two different Texas Tech Red Raiders. The center, Dawson Deaton. Great coverage down the field. Allows that pressure to take place in the pocket. And OU right out of the gate with a couple of 3 and outs. Quality series.
Austin McNamara punting inside his own 30. Leads all FBS freshmen and 11th overall, averaging about 47 yards per punt. And this one will be downed inside the 20. The 8th time he's downed the ball inside the 20-yard line this season. A 53-yard punt. Oklahoma taking over their second series of the game, up 7-0. First down for Jalen Hurts. And the Sooners at their own 5-yard line. And they'll run it with Brooks. As Brooks gets upfield, gains about 5 yards on the play. So Jalen Hurts, look at the things he's been doing. Leads the nation in passing efficiency, yards per completion, and yards per attempt while completing 80% of his throws. He's thrown for 880 yards, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions, rushed for 373 yards, and 4 more touchdowns. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes in all 3 games this year.
Rat poison.
Don't talk about me. Talk about the team.
That's right.
That was an interesting story, folks, that came out. Something was posted. I don't know, was it Twitter or Instagram or something?
OU posted, some of their stats offensively, which are gaudy and obviously impressive, and what they've been able to do. And he was one of the replies to an official OU, post, and all he said was rat poison, obviously spinning off of an old Nick Saban trait, using that term. But I got to tell you, his leadership is something that Lincoln Riley has really praised. And think about it, very similar to what Russell Wilson did years ago at Wisconsin. In a very short period of time as a transfer, he came in here and was voted captain by his teammates. It's one of the elements of this transfer that he's most proud of.
3rd down and 4 at the 11 underneath. C.D. Lamb trying to turn it up, has the first down. C.D. Lamb, just a magical college receiver. Played last year with Marquise Brown, who now is in the NFL.
Hey, I don't mean to harp on this. You keep calling him Marquise.
You know what I'm talking about, number 5 from last year?
He calls himself Hollywood. I'm going to call him Hollywood.
Uh-oh. Hollywood Brown with the Baltimore Ravens. Trying to set the league on fire. 1st and 10 at the 18.
And he's doing it.
That's right. Trey Sermon back in. We'll line up on the other side of Hurts. Here's Hurts with the keeper. Splits the defense. Jalen Hurts gains 6 yards on the play. But you talked about his leadership.
Yeah.
But he also has other intangibles, especially considering what he's gone through. Unselfishness, preparedness, diplomacy, and an internal protocol.
It's pretty remarkable the way that he's handled himself. All of those things are spot on, Gus. You're absolutely right. And it's, he didn't have to, in this era of redshirting after 4 games, he didn't have to play for Alabama the rest of the season. He could have redshirted and had 2 years here at Oklahoma. But the type of person he is wouldn't allow that.
2nd and 4, going deep for Lamb, incomplete, but a flag on the play. Covered by DeMarcus Fields.
Pass interference. Offense, number 2. At the distance to the goal. Replay. 2nd down.
Well, let's take a look here at what's going on as far as the hand fighting and see if Lamb. Okay, so there's a little bit of a push there initially.
Oh, that looked like a no call to me.
Yeah, I tell you what, I guess he's trying to create space, but there's certainly contact going the other way from DeMarcus Fields.
Now Oklahoma having some problems getting lined up. Lincoln Riley hot. Don't see that too often. 7-0 OU. Back after this. Postcards from Fansville, sponsored by Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. Gaylord family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, also known as the Palace on the Prairie here in Norman. Opened in 1923, capacity 80,126. This is the 126th straight sellout 2nd and 16 at the 12. For Jalen Hurts and the Sooners. And they'll hand it off. Brooks. So far, it's been running back by committee for this Oklahoma team. They don't want the quarterback as their leading rusher, so Lincoln Riley determined to maybe give the ball to these guys a little bit more.
Well, and part of that is that Jalen does such a great job of pulling the ball down on pass plays and finding areas to run himself. You know, 67 of his 99 yards rushing on the opening series against UCLA were on design pass plays that he just took off. So some of his yards are going to be accounted for that way, but certainly they want to get the ground game going with the running backs as well.
3rd down and 17 at the 11. Here's Hurts. Standing strong in the pocket, winds up, down the field. Oh, he put the biscuit in the basket. Rambo on the move. Rambo down deep inside Texas Tech territory. So a 48-yard gain on their opening series, and now a 74-yard gain for Charleston Rambo.
This is a great lesson for young wide receivers. Look how he just keeps going and going and going. He understands that Hurts actually kind of left the pocket, was scrambling around a little bit, and he continued to find open space and continue on his route. And Hurts delivers a great ball down the field. What a dangerous player Charleston Rambo is. The deep threat for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Rambo already 2 catches, 122 yards. And we're in the first quarter. 1st down at the Tech 15.
Ball start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
It's Tyrese Robinson. Normally plays right guard, but he's had to move out to right tackle. They're shifting a little bit on the offensive line. Adrian Ely, the normal right tackle, is out. Tyrese Robinson has moved out, number 52. And in at right guard, number 70, Bray Walker, making his first start in his career here as an Oklahoma Sooner.
1st down and 10 at the 15. Hurts, sideline, open, down inside the 1. Austin Stogner, the freshman from Plano, Texas, with the reception.
Awful close to that goal line as he spins around and reaches that elbow hits right before it looks like the ball reaches the goal line. But this is a talented freshman, 6'6", 4-star, top 12 tight end in the country, and he's going to be the next great one here at Oklahoma, and they've had a few, haven't they?
No doubt. Mark Andrews right now starring for the Baltimore Ravens. Calcaterra, versatile receiver as well. 1st and goal at the 1. Sermon. And Hurts, touchdown OU. Hurts is not a small man. 6'2", about 220 pounds.
A great block by that young right guard, Bray Walker, number 70. He's the one that opened the hole. Hurts saw it and dove into the end zone. And another incredible drive for Oklahoma, one where they had to overcome that long 3rd down scenario after the offensive pass interference, and Hurts made a huge play down the field to Rambo.
4 rushing touchdowns on the season for Jalen Hurts as Burkich comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. Oklahoma scores again. They go 8 plays covering 95 yards. Eating up 5 minutes and 12 seconds. The big play, a 74-yard completion. Hurts to Rambo. OU rolling. Oklahoma on an 8-play, 95-yard drive. Hurts with the 1-yard touchdown run. Right now they're outscoring opponents 52 shake in the first quarter to start this season. Gabe Burkett sends it away. Keyshawn Carter is the deep man. He'll come up and field it at the goal line. Carter gets to the 20 and is finally taken down around the 21. Time now. And Michigan trying to shake off the Hanks after being handed their hats in Madison last week.
New quarterback here, Gus, for Texas Tech, Jet Duffy in the ball game.
Here's Duffy to throw on 1st down, swings it out. Sir Roderick Thompson. Flag on the play, though.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense, number 70 and 73. half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Dawson Deaton, and then
Weston Wright.
Weston Wright on the left guard spot. There's the chop, and then the contact up above.
They'll back it up 1st and 20 after the chop block. And they'll stay on the ground, not a lot of room. So Roderick Thompson carrying the ball, but OU converging on him. New defensive coordinator here at Oklahoma. Alex Grinch comes from Ohio State, where he was a co-defensive coordinator. His specialty, dating back to his time as a college student, the secondary.
That's exactly what they need help with. They were dead last in college football last year defending the pass. And you can make a strong argument that if they were just average last year on defense, they would have had a great chance to win the national championship or at least win a playoff game. And you could probably say that about the last couple of years. There is one question about this team, Gus. One. The ability to take this next step lies on one side of the ball, the defense. And that's why Alex Grinch is here. And that's why the emphasis has been put on one thing. No excuses for these OU defenders. Play hard, play tough, and tackle well.
3rd down and 9 to the 22. Duffy, and he's sacked. Kenneth Murray. The preseason Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. With the sack, and Texas Tech will punt.
Great job on the outside. He beats him around the edge. Here's Kenneth Murray, and he's just going to get on a speed rush, and he's going to win, get to Jet Duffy before Duffy has a chance to get that screen pass out. And again, pressure, pressure, pressure. So much more pressure this year from the front seven than what we've seen in the previous couple of seasons from the OU defense.
Lamb back deep as McNamara punts it for the 3rd time. C.D. Lamb with a fair catch at the 41.
Oh, man. I am not in the negotiation room.
And that is above our pay grade.
That's right.
1st and 10 at the 41.
I was going to say, 1st and 10.
And they'll hand it off. Kennedy Brooks. Brooks breaking tackles. 1st down. Zach McPherson finally brought him down at 14-yard gain.
When I was asking Lincoln Riley about, the areas of his team that he felt like could improve more or where he has been maybe even less than thrilled with their play, he pointed at the offensive line, talking about they've had way too many penalties, and he wants to create bigger holes in the run game and be more dominant at the line of scrimmage. So something certainly to keep in the back of your mind as you're watching this team perform here early in this ballgame.
1st down at the 45 for Coach Riley's offense. Jalen Hurts throwing down the field, caught on the sideline. Hazelwood, did he get a foot in bounds? Yes, he did.
Oh, what a talented player Jaden Hazelwood is. One of the true freshman wide receivers. They had 3 5-star receivers that they recruited in this season. Jaden Hazelwood was consensus #1 wide receiver in the country. You can see why. Great body control. He goes up, grabs it with his hands, and he still gets that left foot down. Looks like he controls it beautifully through the process of going to the ground. And what a talented player. 6'2", 206 as a true freshman.
Hurts already 5 for 5, 168 yards passing. 1st down at the Tech 25. Hurts sprints out of the pocket, turns the corner, tucks it, and gets out of bounds about a yard and a half short of the 1st down.
This is just straight athleticism right here, because he's going to get the corner blitz, and Desmond Smith is rolling right now, and Hurts sees it, and he's like, oh, I'm out of here, and I'm faster than you. Sometimes it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes, and sometimes your Jimmy's got to be faster than their Joes, and that's exactly what just happened for Jalen Hurts.
2nd and 2 at the 17. Brooks bottled up, and it'll be tackled for a loss. Roderick Washington with the stop for Texas Tech. But Jalen Hurts in his last game against UCLA completed 75% of his passes for close to 300 yards, 289 to be exact, 3 touchdowns. He also rushed for 150 yards. Chip Kelly, the coach of UCLA, said he's a special player, as good as I've ever had the opportunity to coach against. He has all the answers. Take away his arm, he uses his feet, and vice versa. 3rd and 2 at the 17. Hurts. All day to throw. And out of bounds. CeeDee Lamb, the intended receiver in front of Zach McPherson.
Well, we might get a chance to see a brand new kicker here.
Gabe Burkich will come in.
Because I was watching him in warm-ups. He hit from 52 with room to spare, and he was very accurate. So if that was any indication, this should be no problem from 34.
Burkich in for Colin Sutherland, who got in some early morning trouble a little while back. And the kick is up. And good. $17-0 OU. And this will be a touchback once again. And now a quick message from Duracell.
And it's been the front seven, Gus, and the pressure that they've put on the backfield. And like I said, they are so much more improved, and they've simplified the scheme under Alex Grinch, and they're allowing them to do what's called one gap, which be basically, here it is, layman's term, be responsible for just one thing. And they got to do that with max effort and create penetration in the backfield of the opposition, and they're doing that really well this year.
First down to the 25 for Tech. This one released quickly as Jet Duffy finds Thompson. Kenneth Murray defensively for OU.
I think that the biggest improvement for them has been their ability to get off the field on third down. They were one of the worst in the country last year, and they're 7th coming into this game, getting off the field at opponents only converting 24% of the time. That's just a drastic difference from what we saw a year ago.
Closing moments of the first quarter. 2nd and 9 to the 26. Duffy handing it off to Thompson. He gets around the corner, down the sideline. Looks like a first down for Tech. 11-yard gain, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter with the score: Oklahoma 17, Texas Tech nothing. Back to Norman and Gaylord family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium right after this. Fox Football is sponsored by AT&T Business. Oklahoma racking up the yardage already, 219 yards in total offense, only 15 for Texas Tech. But they did pick up a first down. And here's Jet Duffy on the quarterback keeper. Will get out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Trey Brown defensively for OU.
And Trey Brown is one of the guys that has in his career struggled tackling in space, and so to see him make an open field tackle like that is certainly positive for this OU side.
2nd and 7.
Got to create a more manageable third down here, Gus. Texas Tech has had way too far on these third downs. They've had 10 yards, 8 yards, 9 yards to go on their third down opportunities. Got to create a short yardage here.
Duffy pulls it out over the middle and caught. First down, Texas Tech. Nicely done as Xavier White found a soft spot and gained 20 yards.
Great read by Duffy on the RPO, the run pass option. He's got the run option right in front of him, but the linebackers came up towards the line of scrimmage, so he throws that little post behind him in the vacated area. Terrific job right there. Duffy is a guy that has starting experience. Last year when Alan Bowman went down, he came in and he played really well for Texas Tech at times. He struggled with turnovers in the second half, in particular against Texas, but he can go out there and sling it.
First down at the 40-yard line. Best drive of the day so far for Texas Tech as Thompson dives forward. And you're talking about that Texas game. He was 37 of 47 for 444 yards and 4 touchdowns. Far and away the best game of his career. For the season, he threw for over 1,200 yards, 8 TDs, but he also threw 6 interceptions.
Yeah, and fumbled 5 times. So, listen, it's the case with most young players. You got to learn ball security, and that development is taking place, and this is certainly their best series, and he's done a nice job.
2nd and 9. And this one around the corner. McLean Manick still moving, and the Nevada transfer is down inside the 20. Trey Brown escorts him out of play. But another big pickup, this time 23 yards.
And a great block on the outside by that big wide receiver, TJ Vasher. Watch Vasher. Here's number 9 Vasher, and he's going to be working against Brendan Radley-Hiles. And he gets a great block there, and then down the field, more blocking. R.J. Turner with a good block. That's something that they certainly emphasize for Texas Tech. The offensive coordinator, David Yost, said in his first meeting with this group after they got the job here, he said, you will do 2 things, block and play special teams if you're a wide receiver for me.
First down to the 16. Duffy running, spinning, and dives forward. Gets inside the 15-yard line, picks up 3. Jaden Davis brings him down.
Another big block by Vasher. Came in and blocked the safety, Pat Fields, number 10. And luckily, the freshman, Jaden Davis, on the outside, made a good tackle.
Second down and 7 at the Oklahoma 13 for Texas Tech. Armand Shine comes in the game at running back, number 5. And they'll give it to Shine. Touchdown, Red Raiders. 13 yards, Armand Shine. And Texas Tech is on board.
Well, this is what happens when you jump out of your gap. Watch Asamoah right here, the right linebacker. He's going to take the wrong track against the right tackle. See, he hops to his left, and at that point right there, the hole opens wide open for Armand Shine to transfer from Utah.
Trey Wolf, extra point is good. 8 plays covering 75 yards. 17-7, Texas Tech with the touchdown from Utah transfer, Armand Shine. Trey Brown ready to return, and he'll start from his own goal line. Brown still running at the 20, runs into his teammate and goes down at the 30.
I'll tell you, the only thing that makes Jonathan Taylor not look so good are those pants.
Throwback uniforms for the Badgers. Here's Hurts, goes through his progressions, throws off his back foot. C.D. Lamb at the 40. He's got breakaway speed. C.D. Lamb, 71 yards, touchdown OU. When they asked C.D. Lamb what it felt like to not be the most targeted receiver, he said, hey, I'm looking at the big picture. My time will come.
And his time was right there. Beautiful job of Jalen Hurts, looking right, opening up the space over the middle of the field, waiting for C.D. Lamb to come open, and then it's C.D. TD time, turns to his right, and he was gone.
23-7. Lamb with the big reception. He now has a touchdown in every game this season. C.D. Lamb, he played with Hollywood last year. Right now, C.D. is putting on a show for OU.
Certain routes that you maybe aren't allowed to throw in other places against certain defenses, and Riley wants you to, and that trust, we can tell, is just building and building and building. I've already...
First down to the 25 for Tech. Offense looks a little bit more explosive with Jet Duffy in the game at quarterback. Shine trying to get downhill, unable to do it. Buki with tackle, his first tackle.
This defense has got to play more aggressive. They want to be an attacking style defense. Primarily 2 things: create turnovers, get off the field on 3rd down. That's really what Alex Grinch is solely focused on. And he talks about 2 things: max effort and no excuses. And he said something very interesting. He looked at his guys and he said, listen, we all chose to be here. I chose to be here. You chose to be here. We got to go fix this together.
Duffy running it on 2nd down and 8. Picks up a first down as he slides. Nice piece of running for the Jet. A gain of 8.
I don't know if they're going to give him the first, Gus, because remember, if you slide feet first, it's right when you give yourself up. So right when you start to lean back, that was just before the 35-yard line. It's always so difficult to see exactly where the spot's going to be. See how he starts his slide short of the line to gain. That's a pretty good spot by the official in real time there. Could even probably move it back a half a yard, but it's always so difficult in that process of, is he going head first? Is he going feet first?
So instead of the first down, third down and short. Shine, knocked backwards, doesn't look like he'll get it. Nicely done by Kenneth Murray, leading the charge for OU.
Check out all the linebackers for OU as they're going to get it right at the handoff. You got eyes in the backfield right here. Boom. All the eyes in the backfield. Then they converge. You got safeties up to help. That was Turner Yell, number 32. He comes up there to help. And the second level for the OU defense gets the big third down stop. And again, what do? Get off the field on third down. Great job by that defense.
Kenneth Murray, such a special player, had 28 tackles against Army here last year. 28.
The ruling on the field is that the ball carrier was short of the line to gain. The previous play is under further review.
So 85-90 plays at a time. As we take a look at this third down, as Shine tries to get all the way to the 35. There's the initial contact. I don't think there's anything in that video that is going to allow them to overturn the call, which on the field was that the runner was short of the line to gain. So I certainly think that this would be upheld. But that rotation, he feels like, is important for that max effort I was talking about.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's fourth down.
Defense, because they got a chance to huddle right there. They're already down 24-7. I know it's not great field position, but you've got to be aware of anything going on for Texas Tech here.
You surprised they're not going for it on this play?
Not really, but this is exactly what I'm talking about right there.
Looks like they'll pick up that first down.
You just
as they snap it to the up back. Great job for Texas Tech as Jalen Hutchings picks up the yards. He's 295, redshirt freshman from 40, Texas.
Yeah, defensive tackle for them. That's exactly what I was talking about. One, they had a huddle there with the replay, so they got to talk it over. Then they snap it right to a guy who's, basically a 300-pounder, and he's got to get half a yard. I love the call there. I actually love that call versus trying to go for it with the offense.
First down at the 40. Tech running it once again. This time, it's Thompson. Look at Thompson. Breakaway speed. Down inside the 5. So Roderick Thompson with a 58-yard run, and here come the Bluebirds.
Well, the booing is because 73, Dawson Deaton, he was blocking on Parnell Motley, number 10. Watch 73 as he gets down the field. I know it's going to be tough to see here with the fast pace.
Red Raiders quickly to the line of scrimmage, and they'll lose yardage on this play.
Let's go back a play. There was an egregious holding call that was flat and missed. Watch 73, Dawson Deaton. He's going to work up to the safety. Now, as the running back, Thompson breaks loose. It's tough to see right here. That's not a great look. But right here, watch Motley and Dawson. That's right in the, he's got his whole hand wrapped around his pads, and he was right there in the line to make a tackle right in front of the official.
Second down and goal at the 3.
That flag has to come out. That's an egregious miss by the official on the far side.
Shine back in the game and running back. Here's Jet Duffy trying to get outside, and Buki holds him up and waits for his teammates. A loss of 2.
Good pursuit there by the second level. You had 4 Oklahoma Sooners converging. Bradley Hiles was the first one to get there. His pursuit has been sensational. Fast player, and now looking to try to force a field goal or at least a fourth down decision for Texas Tech.
Third down and goal at the 6-yard line for the Red Raiders. Jet Duffy in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Tech. TJ Vasher used all 6 feet 6 inches. And if this stands, makes it a 24-13 game.
And Duffy did exactly what you're supposed to do. You've got 6'6". The safety, Pat Fields, number 10. He's only 5'11", so he puts it way up. Go up the elevator and get it, and he's able to corral that as they're fighting for it, going to the ground out of the back of the end zone. Definitely had a foot down. That left foot, we'll see if he has control.
Ooh, I don't know, the tip of that ball
I don't
touch the ground.
Well, and he didn't have control of it with either hand when the tip of the ball hit the ground.
A touchdown is under further review.
Great job on this play, going up high, but then you got to credit Pat Fields for breaking the hands and creating some of that movement of the ball as they were going down to the ground. So,
and that's one of the points of emphasis.
After further review, the pass is incomplete. The receiver went to the ground and lost control of the ball. It'll be 4th and goal from the 6-yard line. The clock will start on the snap.
And that's one of the points of emphasis for Alex Grinch, the new defensive coordinator, manipulating the arms and the hands of ball carriers, trying to force turnovers.
All they want to do is tackle the football, rip at the football at all points, and that's exactly what Pat Fields just did.
Trey Wolf comes in to a 24-yarder, and it's perfect. Texas Tech showing ability to move the football against OU, 24-10. Back after this.
The Heisman Trophy.
And another touchback. That begs the question, though. First down and 10 of the 25 for OU. Sermon. And Trey Sermon will get a first down. Wrapped up by DeMarcus Fields. Coming into this game, Oklahoma averaging a first down on every play, 10.5 yards.
It hasn't slowed down. They're averaging 15 a snap in this game.
Here's Hurts, scrambling. Hurts, and he'll just whiz this one into the stands.
Smart decision, didn't have anything going. There was pressure in his face, and as he tried to spin back, yeah, number 53, Eli Howard, right in his face, and smartly just threw it right at CeeDee Lamb, but well over his head to avoid the intentional grounding penalty.
That makes it 2nd and 10 at the 35. Hurts to throw. In trouble. Rolls out of the pocket. Runs it. Gets upfield. And more. Cuts it back. Jalen Hurts finally cut down at the 40-yard line after a 25-yard gain. Thomas Leggett with the tackle. But there's the speed and the elusiveness.
He is such a sensational runner. He is so fast. Kind of a slasher. Cuts vertically. And he gets so many yards when he decides to tuck it and run.
Hurts throwing. Sideline, caught, CeeDee Lamb, and he's tackled from behind. But we were talking about Lincoln Riley prior to going to break. Here's a riddle for you, partner. What does Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts all have in common?
They all transferred.
So here's the question. Can Lincoln Riley groom a quarterback? Because he's only had transfer quarterbacks since coming here, dating back to his time as an assistant.
Well,
and the reason I say that, partner, is because that's what...
Personal foul, face mask, offense, number 2. 15-yard penalty from the previous correction from the spot foul. Replay, 2nd down.
That's Xavier Benson. And Lamb, with the stiff arm, not only grabs the face mask, but brings it down, doesn't let go, and that's what draws the flag. As far as the development, Gus, I would actually argue that he did develop Baker because they got here together when Lincoln was just an offensive coordinator. Baker played for 3 years, got better every single year. Kyler was in the system for a couple of years as a backup quarterback, and he developed him into a player that was much different from what we saw at Texas A&M.
Hurts bottled up and sacked. Well defended by Texas Tech. Eli Howard finally gets to him, and the secondary doing a nice job on the OU receivers.
Coverage was fantastic. Hurts was trying to look and read the progression to try to get that ball to CD late, and he just couldn't get all the way back there, because then after the pressure took place, he couldn't get his feet set to throw it to CD, who was open on his left side. Give that secondary a lot of credit.
Well, a loss of 7. 3rd down and 24.
Texas Tech calls their first timeout of the half.
Trey Sermon lines up in the backfield as the pistol back. Hurts hands it off. Sermon breaks through, and Sermon down at the Tech 40. A 14-yard gain. Douglas Coleman with the tackle.
Wow, this is a tough scenario. Do you want to put a brand new kicker out there for a long field goal, or just go for it for an offense that's averaging 13.5 per snap? Lincoln will go for it here and put Jalen Hurts in a position to make a long conversion here on a 4th down.
4th down and 11. Hurts with time, delivers, drops it off to the right man, and it's Jeremiah Hall still running. Hall still on his feet. What a run. Jeremiah Hall, the redshirt sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. On 4th and 11, he picks up 23.
The only way he gets this off is because his back, Trey Sermon, picks up the blitz. What a great job of Sermon. That gives Hurts the ability to get to his check down. The guys were talking about managing a game, being a system quarterback. That is utilizing the system. There were 2 deep routes down the field, and Rambo and CD Lamb were covered.
1st down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Hurts drops it off. Sermon squares. And it's very simple for Oklahoma. When we talked to Coach Riley about it yesterday, the question is, how do you beat Clemson and Alabama?
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
And really, that's
no offense, Texas.
No, well, and when you've won 4 straight Big 12 titles, and you've won 2 straight Heisman Trophy winners, and Lincoln Riley has only lost 4 games as a head coach, you got to win in the playoff. Like, that's the only logical next step for Oklahoma, is potentially winning a playoff game and winning a national championship. And there has been one thing holding them back. It's the defense.
2nd and 6 at the 14. Hurts off his back foot. Oh, what a nice throw. CD Lamb, 14-yard touchdown. But look at the touch from this young man from Houston, Texas, Jalen Hurts.
And Hurts is backpedaling because there was a little bust in the protection. He felt it, and he put it in a perfect spot. Threw it well before Lamb was out of his breaker looking. Great anticipation, and delivered an absolute beautiful ball where only his wide receiver could make a play.
And you talked about that in our conversation yesterday. Hurts is already off to a great start, but when he gets to the point where he can anticipate where to throw the ball, you said, watch out.
Another level. This offense still has another gear or 2, and we're seeing that here today. Hurts going through his progression and dropping dimes to CD for the TD.
Look at you, Walt Frazier.
6 of them have been in the end zone. 6 touchdowns and 14 touches.
Texas Tech will bring it out of the end zone. Caden Leggett. Oh, what a story for this kid.
Yep.
So many stories for this Oklahoma program this year. Jalen Hurts, coming from Alabama, won a national championship there, pulled at halftime of the national championship, lost his job to Tua, but remained a leader. Positive, encouraging.
5-yard penalty. It's first down.
I think you could make an argument that Alabama maybe doesn't even get to the playoff without Jalen Hurts last year because of what he did. Down 7 in the 4th quarter in the SEC championship game against Georgia. He came in and he was the reason Alabama won the SEC championship game. He played phenomenal in that game.
Here's the double reverse. As Texas Tech comes around the corner, Xavier White, nothing doing. That's because it was well defended on that play. Jaden Davis
All
the
right.
freshman from Fort Lauderdale with the tackle.
OU fans, this is your best defensive back. All right, I'm just going to tell you right now, Jaden Davis is just a true freshman. I know he's a bit undersized, but he's the best tackler they have in the secondary right now. He's been earning more and more time on the field as they begin to rotate players. By the end of the season, number 4 is going to be a starting quarterback for Oklahoma. He is right now playing the best football on the back end.
5'10", 175-pound freshman. And don't forget the Big Noon halftime show, sponsored by State Farm, is standing by at the half. Rob Stone, Reggie Bush, and Coach Meyer. And when you look at Coach Meyer's former team, Ohio State, they are one of the leading teams to potentially win a national championship. They've got corners.
Yep, great ones.
That can bring you down. Jeff Okudah, as well as Damon Arnett. Here's the run, shine. And that's what Alex Grinch wants to bring to Oklahoma.
Yep. He's got it. Not just a want. He's got it. He's got to. Because again, I mean, it's OU. This is the question. Is this unit right here? Can they get off the field on 3rd down? Got another opportunity right here.
3rd and 11. The offense looks more explosive with Jack Duffy at quarterback. Who throw it into the flats. Shine, flag on the play. A Shine is taken down from behind by Delarian Turner-Yell. Very talented sophomore player from Hempstead, New York, Long Island.
This one's going to go against Texas Tech. There's another chop block on the left side of the offensive line. He's just asking Lincoln whether he wants to take the penalty or decline it.
Personal foul, chop block. Offense, numbers 58 and number 79. The penalty is declined. It's 4th down. Number 58 lost his helmet on the play and must leave the game for 1 play. Oklahoma calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half. 60 seconds.
All right.
Who is this kid? Where did he come from?
That's right, baby. 1:13 to go. Tackle punt. C.D. Lamb. He's a Sunday player. C.D. Lamb steps up, puts it at the 32, gets to the 40, wiggling, and finally down around the 42-yard line. A 40-yard punt and an 8-yard return. 1st down and 10 at the 41. Here's Hurts. Scrambles, patient, and just walks it out of bounds.
Good coverage down the field again from Texas Tech. They are dropping everyone back into coverage. They only had 3 guys on the rush, tried to bring a 4th late, but dropping everyone deep. Exactly what you should do when you get right there at that minute mark, inside of a minute, as OU was trying to take a shot down the field. This is where you can drop something off underneath and get a lot of yards after the catch. When they're playing that heavy drop style defense, you can throw something like a check down over the middle of the field and gain a lot of yards.
2nd and 9 to the 42. Hurts, empty backfield. Jalen over the middle, caught. C.D. Lamb again. A gain of 21. Thomas Leggett brings him down.
And great time in the pocket for Hurts. He steps up and he waits for that route to develop, and then he's able to deliver a strike.
1st down to the 38. Hurts again on the play action fake. Sidestepping, looking, bounces. And incomplete. Rambo, the intended receiver. Just looks like such a different player, Jalen Hurts, at quarterback.
Yeah, that's that freedom, I think, you know, of going out there to try to make plays. Here, he doesn't quite lead Rambo far enough, and it allows DeMarcus Fields, 23, to get back into the play, because when Rambo initially took off on the kind of the scramble rules are this: if you're a wide receiver and the quarterback breaks the pocket toward you, turn and run deep straight down the field. That's what Rambo did, and he was initially wide open, Gus, but Hurts didn't get enough on that ball. Rambo had to slow up. Fields knocked it away.
27 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
getting the defense to look at certain formations and then taking advantage of it.
Hurts scrambles, steps up in the pocket, puts his foot in the ground, picks up a first down. Still running, Jalen Hurts. All the way down to the 15. A 23-yard run. Adam Beck with the tackle.
This is what a great athletic quarterback will give you. You do everything right. The blitz is supposed to get home. That's Jordan Brooks, the best tackler Texas Tech has. He's right in the face of Hurts. He makes a miss in a phone booth and then continues to wiggle himself down the field. The strength and the balance of a great running back. And Hurts not only moves the chains, but puts him right in business inside the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you who he reminds me of, and I had a chance to watch these guys last week against Kansas City. Lamar Jackson, very similar in styles. For
athleticism is so valuable that he's certainly got an NFL future.
First down and 10 of the 16. Hurts, play fake, looking. Oh, look at the pocket awareness. Hurts comes in. Incomplete. Hazelwood would love to have that one back, but there was a lot of hot sauce on that football.
It was a tight window throw, and Hazelwood was having to sprint back in between two defenders, but Jalen did an amazing job of just getting himself free in the pocket to make that throw.
So that brings on Gabe Burkich to attempt a 33-yarder. And nice draw on that football. It's good. Oklahoma rolling away with it as we head to the end of the first half. Hurts 11 of 15, 306 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 61 yards on 8 carries, also a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb 5 catches, 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rambo with 100 yards as well. So Oklahoma not only with the lead, but they'll start the second half with the football. As you take a look at the first half stats, 422 yards of total offense for the Sooners. And this one will go into the end zone for a touchback. Let's go downstairs and Jenny Taft.
Hey guys, well, when your offense is rolling, Lincoln Riley likes to celebrate the little things, and that's what I saw from him as he went into the break. He said, did you see that moment? Did you see our kicker get it done? Our season has been all about finishing, and it's those moments that we have to build on. He was pleased with what he saw from Gabe Burkich. Now, he's also happy with that speed D that we've been highlighting, and unfortunately for Coach Wells, he said we didn't come out the way we needed to. We got to get off on third down. OU 3 for 5 on third down. That is not good enough. The fight back here.
All right, first down and 10 as Hurts keeps it himself, and he'll pick up a first down.
Let's look at those Geico first half stats one more time, and just the dominance from Hurts in the passing game, which was evident. 306 yards to only 27 for Texas Tech. And then the defense for OU doing a great job on third down. Texas Tech 0 for 6 on third down conversions. Really the story of that first half.
Jalen Hurts tallied 366 total yards in that first half. It was the 3rd highest total by a Sooner in any single half. First down at the 35. Hurts looks backside, throws over the middle, and it's a mullet. CeeDee Lamb again. TD, 65 yards. His 3rd touchdown reception of the game.
This is a slow developing play, and that's because in the backfield, Hurts actually faked like he was going to run. He tucked the ball fully away as if he was a ball carrier, then stood up to throw it and threw an absolute strike on the correct shoulder for CeeDee Lamb, who is so big and strong that he spins right out of the tackle. 25, Dadrian Taylor could not bring him down, and TD. This offense is ridiculous, man.
Burkich sends it away. Keyshawn Carter is deep. And he'll take a knee. Friday night smackdown on their opening series of the second half. Now it's Texas Tech's turn Thompson out of the backfield, high stepping, and he'll dive forward. Delarian Turner Yell upends him, the sophomore, but looks like he's close to a first down.
Another great block by T.J. Vasher, number 9. Parnell Motley, the corner, came kind of a corner blitz. Looked like he was going to blow that play up before it got started, but Vasher did a great job blocking and really sprung it for that 9-yard gain.
Remember, Texas Tech, if you weren't with us at the top of our broadcast, comes into this game without their starting quarterback. Bowman out with a shoulder injury. Second down. Jet Duffy on the move, across his body and complete.
That's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, and in particular because he was running kind of on a flat trajectory. It's one thing if you can get your momentum, Gus, rolling to the left, moving towards the line of scrimmage or up the field, and then you can make those throws rolling to your left a lot easier. But when you're just running straight left, then trying to turn back and throw across back towards the right side of the field, that's incredibly difficult. But Jet Duffy has given them such a better chance to move the ball. They started with Jackson Tyner, the graduate transfer from Rice, gave him a couple of series. They did absolutely nothing. Jet Duffy has come in and stabilized the offense.
On third down and 1. And Texas Tech should be close to the first down. Kenneth Murray and Ronnie Perkins plugging up the hole.
Another third down stop. Yeah. Wow. That defense has done a heck of a job on third down. There have been some breakdowns, certainly in the run defense here and there. But overall, they've done a great job. In the first half, from about this spot, Texas Tech faked a punt. So something to watch out for.
McNamara punting for the 5th time from his own 20. Nobody back deep for the Sooners as this takes a bounce and trickles into the end zone for a touchback. 66-yard punt. CeeDee Lamb with a new career high in receiving yards today, 183, and we're still in the third quarter. First down at the 20, and great defense this time. Kennedy Brooks chopped down before he could get going. Rico Jeffers, the junior from Garland, Texas, with the tackle.
Miscommunication in the backfield. Hertz thought Brooks was going to go to his left. Brooks goes to his right, and the play is dead before it ever gets started. A nice job by Jeffers to get in there quickly and stop that play in the backfield.
Hertz with a career high in passing yards, 371 passing yards, and we have 12 minutes to go in the third. Play fake, Hertz looking, caught on the sideline. Hazelwood goes up high and brings it down.
Great job by Hertz again. He's going to make the fake, and he does a great job of just floating back. See, this is one of those creative things that Lincoln Riley does. It's just kind of a planned move in the pocket to the right, and it gets the eyes of the defense coming to their left, and then he throws back across the field. And another really nice anticipatory throw from Jalen Hurts.
First and 10 at the 31. Here's the reverse. Weiss, and Theo Weiss goes out of bounds, but a flag is down.
Yeah, this is going to go against Oklahoma. Braden Willis, number 81, is going to get called for a low block.
There is no foul for an illegal low block. The receiver engaged high, slid down low. It is second down. Correction, first down.
So here's what happened. Braden Willis lines up as the tight end, and then they engaged before Willis went low, which is why that is not a penalty. If Willis would have just curled himself and gone out, and the first contact would have been low, coming from the side or from his own goal line, is kind of the terminology there, then that flag would have stood. So it's a great communication by the officials to get that one right.
The 11-yard gain stands. First and 10 at the 42. Hertz closing in on 400 yards passing. Hertz, and intercepted. The first of the year for Hertz. Douglas Coleman on the return. Coleman still on the move. Down the sideline and out of bounds inside the OU 40 and a late flag. A 39-yard return.
One of the defensive linemen hit Kennedy Brooks low, and he just hits him right in that left leg, and Brooks goes right to that knee. That was Eli Howard, number 53, it looked like, and now they're working on Kennedy Brooks.
During the return, personal foul, blocked below the waist by the intercepting team, number 53. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, timeout.
Texas Tech taking over first down and 10 at the 47. Kennedy Brooks walked off the field on his own. And here's Thompson. Thompson breaks the line of scrimmage, but then gets walloped. Pat Fields. Little guy, 5'11". And there is a flag. Oklahoma probably not too happy with that last play when Brooks was hit low. Looked like a cheap shot by Eli Howard.
Unsportsmanlike conduct for taunting defense number 11. That's his first. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Motley.
And there wasn't anything overt like a point or you know, a movement of the head or anything like that. He was just kind of face to face with the back. Here's 11, Motley, middle of your screen, and kind of stands over him. Flag wasn't out yet. Flag wasn't out yet. And then late here, it must have been something he said. The officials, you know, they've called it pretty tightly today, and not a great job by these officials all day long.
But there's a great job by the Oklahoma defense. Flag on the play. Murray picks it up. Rigdon was the intended receiver, and he was ambushed. Radley Hiles. Leading the charge for OU. Buki.
Well, watch Radley Hiles. He comes in and he reads it beautifully. And he's going to wrap up, but that top hand, it looked like turned the face mask with that left hand. You also had Delarian Turner yell in there on the hit. Oklahoma read it perfectly, but certainly looked like there was a face mask in there.
However, personal foul, face mask, defense number 44. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, an automatic first down.
Henry in the backfield with Jet Duffy. Henry. Oh, and what a tackle at the 25. How about Marquise Overton?
Overton's right in the middle, and he's just going to come from his nose tackle spot. He goes a little bit to his right, and then he gets right upfield, and he blows up the play in the backfield. That's that single gap mentality I was talking about. He's got one responsibility. His job is to get into that right side gap of his, run up the field, and try to blow up the play. That's exactly what he was able to do there.
That'll make it second down and 12 at the 24. Henry again running it. And Henry gets close to the 20. Kenneth Murray, John Michael Terry.
Well, certainly the noise and the intensity level has ratcheted up after those flags and the emotion of this series.
Tech 0 for 7 on third down conversions.
I think they've got to target Vasher at some time soon. Remember, the 6'6" wide receiver. He's got the height advantage. He's in the slot for Texas Tech, looking for the play.
Duffy with the handoff, and Thompson spinning, and he will not get it. A 2-yard gain. Deshaun White, first man to it.
I don't understand that play call at all. And then they just trot the field goal kicker out there. I mean, if you're going to run it on third down and basically long, 3rd and 8, you better have that 4th down call ready because you're going for it on 4th down. But just running it and giving up and sending your field goal team on the field, I don't understand that at all from Texas Tech.
Trey Wolf already good from 24 yards out. This a 36-yarder. Mark Richardson gets it down, up, and good. Sooners ready to get the football once again. Trey Brown is the deep man. And Brown will take a knee. His other receiver, Charleston Rambo, 2 catches, 122 yards. Over the middle, Sermon. And he's dropped immediately by Rico Jeffers.
Yeah, and some people have asked me, like, well, what do you need to see more from Jalen Hurts? And it's exactly what we're seeing today. And it's even a play like that last one right there. You know, his first is taken away, his second is taken away, and he comes right back to Sermon. It's his little outlet, and he gets the ball to him right away and creates a second and short.
Hurts has gone over 400 yards passing, 402 to be exact. He'll throw it again. Up the sideline, and Lamb just couldn't get to it. That one thrown a little far and wide for C.D. Lamb. Adrian Taylor covering.
He'll want that one back because Lamb, the matchup that was perfectly set up. Texas Tech was trying to bring everybody, and they had man coverage, and all he needed to do was float it out there, and he just floated it a little bit too far.
3 at the 32. Oklahoma 2 of 5 on third down conversions. This could be an easy little run for Jalen Hurts. He's got great wheels. Hurts looking. Hurts trying to get outside. Got it away and incomplete. Great pressure by the Texas Tech defense. They were waiting for him and brought some people.
Jordan Brooks, to be exact. Jordan Brooks did a great job. He's the linebacker. He's going to come all the way on the outside and then just sprint with Hurts as he's trying to leave the pocket. Hurts understands he needs to get out there, and then late tries to just flip the ball to Trey Sermon. It just left over his head. And Texas Tech, this is probably their best defensive series of the day.
And our Urban Meyer, for the first time, I think, maybe in his entire career, Coach Meyer was wrong. He said Oklahoma wouldn't punt the whole game.
Well, actually, Gus, Texas Tech just jumped offside.
Wow.
Spoke too soon.
That's that coaching juju.
That's right.
Boogity, boogity, boo.
Offside. Defense came into the neutral zone, causing an offensive reaction. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
First down and 10 at the 37. Ohio State big game today against Nebraska on the road. Should be interesting. Here's a handoff. Sermon. (41-13) Oklahoma. Jalen Hurts has thrown for over 400 yards. And he gives it to Sermon. Sermon, first down. Tight-roping the sideline and finally wrestled out of bounds. But it's a 15-yard gain. Zach McPherson. Xavier Benson with the tackle.
That's something that Lincoln Riley will want to establish here, not only because of the score and the situation, but just overall for the future of this team, is trying to establish this young offensive line and get them some dominant reps so that they feel like they can run the ball against anybody at any moment in any game.
First down at the 45. Another handoff. Sermon picking his way through the hole. Two-yard gain, 2nd and 8. Hurts, play fake, sidearms, first down. Hazelwood, another catch, and he's really spreading the ball around nicely with his receivers.
And not only that, but he had to adjust himself in the pocket, and then he threw that ball before Hazelwood was out of his break, and he did a great job, Gus, of leading him way outside on that out route so that Hazelwood was the only guy that could get to that ball. What great ball placement and anticipation from Hurts there to make a conversion.
First down at the 32. Sermon on the run. Sermon, big time move. Sermon, smelling it. Touchdown, OU. 32 yards.
bread and butter for Oklahoma. You're going to get the guard and the tackle pulling over to that left side. They call it the GT play, guard and tackle. Get a whiff and a great block. Then Sermon gets himself going. Great cut back to the outside. And he's able to get to the end zone.
Second touchdown of the day for Sermon. 7 carries, 78 yards to go along with his 2 rushing touchdowns. And the Sooners take a 47-13 lead. Last year in Lubbock, Oklahoma outscored Tech.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Try for point.
Last year in Lubbock, Oklahoma outscored Tech 51-46. Kyler Murray threw for 3 touchdowns, ran for 150 yards and another score, and then there was Sermon's 206 yards rushing and 3 scores.
Well, and that's been the case when these two teams get together, right? It's been a little bit of back and forth, and so I'm sure if you're a Sooner fan out there, you are so happy with not only the way the offense is played, but the way the defense has performed as well up to this point.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter. A lot of football left. And we'll be back to the Palace on the Prairie right after this.
The fireworks started early for OU. Hurts down the field, and it was Rambo. Charleston Rambo, his second catch of the day. He would take that for a huge gain. Set OU up for another score, and they have not stopped since.
Sooners kick it off on top, 48-13, 5 minutes to go here in the third. Very favorable schedule for the Badgers. First down to the 25, Duffy over the middle. He has his man, and the first down for the Red Raiders, Dante Thompson. He'll pick up 18.
And Gus, a position change coming to fruition before our eyes. Number 8, Trajan Bridges, is on the field at safety and nickelback for Oklahoma. He was one of those 5-star wide receivers, one of the top 10 wide receivers in the country that came here. He is a true freshman, and they talked this week about his willingness and his idea to potentially switch over and create some more depth on the defensive side of the football at that nickelback spot. And this is his first reps in college on the defensive side.
Lincoln Riley said there's probably 8 or 9 positions he could help us at. He's that talented.
And this is, I'm sure, from a coaching staff standpoint on the defensive side, all their eyes right now are on Trajan Bridges to see how he reacts. Can he tackle in space? Does he know where he needs to be in run fits for Alex Grinch's defense?
Second down and 8 at the 45. And a run, Thompson.
Ooh. How about that? See that last tackler in there coming up like a missile?
Already Trajan Bridges.
They said that he caught their eye on the kickoff team. He went down against Houston and made a great open field tackle against Houston on kickoff, and that's when all of this started to potentially come. So we're going to see him here in coverage on a third down. These are important snaps right now, right, for the future of this defense and the depth of this defense at this position.
Third down and 4 at the 49. Play fake, Duffy looking, swings it out, has Thompson. Thompson picks up the first down. And I'd love to see a kid like Trajan Bridges, 5-star wide receiver recruit, but he says, hey, however I can get on the field and help this team, I'll do it.
And he sees a position group that, you know, is suffering from depth. However, this flag likely against him. He was involved in a lot of contact with number 14, Xavier White. White is still down, and he kind of grabs the shoulder and just continues to hold on to him as he pulls him down to the ground. And that's what drew the flag.
He wouldn't want that happening to him when he was running around.
No, exactly.
What's the big...
Even if the quarterback hangs a wide receiver out to dry, you might get a targeting call, you know, based on where you hit him.
Duffy hit as he throws and incomplete. TJ Vasher, the intended receiver, makes it second down and long.
And more pressure from that front seven on Jet Duffy. You know, this passing game for Texas Tech has just gotten no rhythm whatsoever. They've thrown the ball today for 54 yards. 54.
Vasher, 1 catch, 2 yards. 2nd and 10. Henry straight ahead. And Henry, nice tackle that time by Delarian Turner. Yeah, I'm liking the way these DBs are bringing guys to the ground. They're chopping kids down.
Turner Yell is a guy that, because they opened up all their positions and their starting positions, he's the one that kind of rose up, cream to the top, if you will, and has played really well under this new defensive system under Alex Grinch. And here another 3rd down opportunity. Texas Tech is 0 for 8 on 3rd down. The Sooners have been able to get off the field all day long.
3rd down and 6. And they'll run it. Henry, 1st down. Henry, more room, and he'll finally be tackled inside the 20 by Parnell Motley after a 20-yard pickup.
Great block by Terrence Steele here on the outside. Watch, he's going to get all the way on the outside and hook the edge defender. That defender on the outside, or the end man on the line of scrimmage, he's responsible, Gus, for that outside leverage. If he gets his outside arm hooked, that ball's going to go around him right away. That's called a reach block. It's one of the toughest blocks that an offensive lineman has, and Terrence Steele performed it beautifully. The senior out there on the edge, 6'6", 310 pounds.
1st down at the Oklahoma 18. And it's Henry stumbling forward. Somebody caught his ankle as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Ryan Jones, number 21. .112 and counting in the 3rd. 2nd down and 10. No gain on the last play. And they get it away. Duffy. Incomplete. Standing right there, Jaden Davis, is R.J. Turner couldn't dig it out of the turf.
It's good coverage, but R.J. Turner did not have much of a chance there because of the ball placement being so low and outside. And another 3rd down here. Obvious passing situation for this pass rush.
From the 18, they need 10 yards.
They bring down Kenneth Murray into this spot on the field. They love to pressure with him from the outside, but now they've walked him back into regular linebacker formation.
Duffy lobs it in the corner. Over the shoulder, touchdown. McLean Maddox, the Nevada transfer. Beautiful throw, beautiful 18-yard catch and touchdown for Texas Tech, but there is a flag on the play.
Eligible receiver downfield on the pass. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Dawson Deaton, he's just going to continue to go. Watch, he just kind of floats down. This is an RPO run pass option, could be a run, and now you got several offensive line 5 yards down the field. That's the barrier, or excuse me, 3 yards down the field or more is the barrier. They were closer to 5. That's what drew the flag, and it negates a beautiful throw and catch from Jet Duffy. Gus, that was a gorgeous throw from Jet Duffy.
So instead of 6 points, Red Raiders faced with 3rd and 15 at the 23.
Texas Tech calls their first time out of the
Texas
half.
Tech calling their first time out of the 2nd half. 48-13 OU leading Texas Tech. Red Raiders faced with the 3rd and 15 at the Oklahoma 23-yard line. Jet Duffy dancing in the pocket, winds up in the end zone, incomplete. TJ Vasher went up high, couldn't haul it in. And that brings up 4th down.
The right idea for Jet Duffy, even in double coverage. Oklahoma was working with Pat Fields, number 10, 5'11", Parnell Motley, 6 foot. Why not just try to go upstairs with TJ Vasher, which is what he tried to do. And it was just a touch too high for Vasher to come down with.
Trey Wolf good from 24 and 36 yards today. This one from 40 yards out. And it's good. Trey Wolf having a fine day for Texas Tech. 3 for 3. 48-16. 3 for 3. Just nailed a 40-yarder. Now kick it away. Trey Brown, the deep man. This one out of the end zone. And let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
Well, look, Gus, I know CeeDee Lamb, he's having quite the day, and we've talked about that. But the first thing he said to me this week was what they didn't do last season, and that was to get to that national championship. I know that we've talked about this offense and their success, but CeeDee says, I am not going to let anything be on me. I have never worked harder. I am constantly watching film, constantly evaluating myself. But you got to point out that Jalen has had a huge part of that, but now looks like we'll be seeing even more from this offense now.
Tanner Mordecai, the redshirt freshman from Waco, Texas, comes in to replace Jalen Hurts. He'll throw it on first down. Hazelwood with the grab. So that's freshman to freshman. Mordecai has played in all 3 games this season. Comes into this one 7 of 12, 127 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns. He'll get a lot of opportunity. Jalen Hurts, his day is finished, and what a day it was. Over 400-yard passing, 3 touchdown strikes and a rushing touchdown strike, 48-16. The start of the 4th quarter as you take a look at what's transpired through the first 3. Oklahoma, dominating performance, especially on the offensive side of the football. Stevenson running. And you can see the improvements on defense, especially open field tackling for the Sooners. Third down and 2. Tanner Mordecai in the game at quarterback. He's from Waco, Texas. Mordecai flips it out. And not enough for first down. Lonzel Gilmore stringing that play out nicely.
Here you go. Here's your punt.
Here's your punt. And this will be just the 6th punt of the year for Oklahoma.
Reeves Munshow, sophomore, new punter for them, number 46.
Pops this one high, drives it. Munshow really with a leg, and that one gets into the end zone. 67 yards on the fly. He had some energy.
Movement before the snap there.
False start. Offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
You know, part of this is that Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma, he has a much different philosophy than some other coordinators or other places, right? So Alex Grinch knows that because of his style of offense that he coaches with Lincoln Riley, he's likely going to have to defend a higher volume of snaps.
First and 15. Duffy scoots up in the pocket, throws, and he has his receiver. Nice catch. Ezukama with the reception and first down, a gain of 19.
And because of that, what he would rather do is he would rather force field goals, not give up the big plays, rally up and make the tackle. So if you're Texas Tech and you say, well, we ran the ball well, Alex Grinch would say, yeah, that's right, because I didn't let you get going in the passing game. And I think that's important to note. There are a few teams out there that want to go out there and dominate on defense. And I'm not saying Alex Grinch doesn't want to dominate on defense. He wants to play sound defense and give his team the best chance to win. They're doing that by being more aggressive in the front seven, trying to create more turnovers, which...
And in the Big 12, especially, if you can force teams to field goals, that's like a win.
100%. We're seeing that play out here today. You know, Texas Tech, over their last few meetings with Oklahoma, I referenced this earlier, but since 2014, they've scored 42, 63, 66, 49, and 51 points. So this is a welcome turn of events, even if they've had some misses in the run defense.
2nd and 9 at the 35. Duffy hit as he throws, and that ball is incomplete. Dalton Rigdon, the receiver, brings up 3rd down and 9.
And yet again, pressure. Watch as you're going to get a little bit of a twist, and you get Marquise Overton, and he's going to come all the way on the outside and put pressure in the face of the quarterback, and we've seen that constantly all day long.
3rd down 9 from the 35 for Texas Tech. So Roderick Thompson in the backfield with Jet Duffy, the junior from Mansfield, Texas, Lake Ridge High School. Duffy keeps it, tries to get to the corner, and will not pick up the 1st down. A 4-yard gain on 3rd and 9.
Good pursuit angle by Brian Asamoah. It's a redshirt freshman from Columbus, Ohio.
How'd that happen? Had a chance to run into Bob Stoops, legendary coach who Lincoln Riley replaced in the press box here during halftime. Coach Stoops will be coaching in the XFL. So you get a chance, Joel, to spend some time with Big Game Bob this year. Ball sent away. Drake Stoops. And it's fair caught at the 22. That's Coach Stoops' son. 48-16. Oklahoma running away with it. 11:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Jalen Hurts' day is over, and what a day it was. Putting up big numbers once again. He is firmly entrenched in the Heisman race. Mordecai in to replace him. But I saw an interesting movie this week.
You've been talking about this all week.
Yeah, Ad Astra, folks, with Brad Pitt. First of all, Brad Pitt, just give him the Oscar right now, or he's got to get nominated for one. But it reminded me of Jalen Hurts. Ad Astra.
Why?
Is a Latin term.
Okay.
And it means to the stars through difficulties. And the story in this movie talks about Brad Pitt's difficulties traveling through space. Mordecai. And caught on the far side at the 20. Jalen Hurts has certainly been through his tough times as a player, dating back to his time at Alabama. Bittersweet starter, loses his job, now transfers, but through it all, he's carried himself in a dignified way.
I don't think there's any question about that. He has done it the right way as a man.
They always say you want to be bigger. You want to stay above things, and he's certainly done that, and he's 21 years old. Mordecai firing, and incomplete. Stoops, the intended receiver.
And the reason, I mean, listen, we all know and could see last year, there's such a public deal, but when your former teammates, this is Calvin Ridley sends out on Twitter, Jay Hurts lit today watching his former teammate play. And those Alabama fans who are some of the most passionate fans for their team and their program in college football, when they're also Jalen Hurts fans, regardless of what uniform he has and what name is on his chest, that's when you know that as a man you handled your business the right way. And he certainly did that last year, and he's doing that so far here as an Oklahoma Sooner.
10:04 to go, 4th quarter. But sometimes being the bigger man can hurt.
6 of 23 for 413 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have that 1 interception, but he was also an excellent runner. Once again, 9 rushes for 70 yards and a touchdown. But this guy does it all over, and he even does it in the classroom. And which is why he earned the right to transfer, be eligible right away, as he has his degree in communications from Alabama. academic ambitions are sponsored by SoFi. Get your money right. Back in December, Jalen graduated with that degree in communications and yet did not redshirt after playing in just 4 games. Played in the 5th, 6th, and so on and so forth for Alabama, so he does have just this 1 year to compete here at Oklahoma.
Looks like a pass coming up, halfback pass, and OU, well schooled, incomplete. Mannix.
Mannix is one of these transfers. On this other side for Texas Tech, you know, Matt Wells in his first year as the head coach for the Red Raiders. They're trying to piece this together this year with a lot of transfers. Junior college as well as graduate transfers. And that's always tough. And they're trying to build a culture here, which is a little different than what they've had in the past. Trying to play better defense, run the football, be a little tougher, in particular at the line of scrimmage, than what they have been in the past.
Duffy reverses, and Duffy running, lost it. There's a forced fumble. That's what they've been working on at Oklahoma under Alex Grinch. Punched that ball loose. First turnover of the game for the Red Raiders. And Neville Gallimore got it.
And so many times turnovers come down to just effort and hustle. Gallimore, number 90, he was chasing from all the way back in the pocket, runs all the way down the field. And as Duffy is trying to make moves in the secondary, there's Neville Gallimore, 300 pounds, 10 yards down the field, chasing him down, creating the fumble. And Deshaun White, 23, scoops it up for the Sooners, 48-16 in Norman. It takes zero amount of talent to hustle. And that's exactly what he did.
Here's Mordecai trying to break a tackle. He'll just whiz this one out of bounds. Lonzel Gilmore had a fist full of his jersey. Let's go to Los Angeles for a game break.
Coming up on Fox, number 21 USC on its 3rd starting quarterback of the season. Matt Fink will lead the Trojans into Husky Stadium to face Jacob Eason in 17th ranked Washington. That's coming up next, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Stevenson, with the reception. Eli Howard brings him down. 8:53 to play in the 4th quarter. Oklahoma dominating performance from the very beginning. They opened up the game scoring on their first 2 series. Long passes from Jalen Hurts to Charleston Rambo. One close to 50, another one over 70 yards. Tanner Mordecai in, and is this young man, a flag on the play, Weiss, the intended receiver. Is Tanner Mordecai the quarterback of the future?
Well, I think that there's going to be an incredible battle. He has played
Pass interference. Number 8. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
You know, there's a couple of young players. Mordecai, who's in the game. Spencer Rattler, who's a true freshman, who was a 5-star, 13th overall prospect. The #1 dual threat quarterback in the country is here as a true freshman. And they all have played really well. And Lincoln Riley was absolutely honest when he said it was a legitimate battle for the position here. Jalen Hurts won it ahead of these 2 kids, and they're also really good players.
And Stevenson, nice run, hits the sideline, touchdown OU. 28 yards. Oklahoma over 600 yards in total offense. The 4th time they've done this season.
Dominating stuff. Ramadre Stevenson, great cut, and then he turned on some serious speed to get the corner and ultimately down the sideline. Big credit also, number 12, Drake Stoops, that block down the field. It was an excellent block down the field and sprung him for the touchdown.
Stevenson, the transfer from Cerritos Junior College in California, where he was the #1 junior college running back recruit in the nation. After running for 2,000 yards, gets himself a touchdown. today. Most of the Oklahoma Sooners or Sooner fans are worried about. Looking strong. Just forced their first turnover of the game. Gallimore punching one free.
And that one should be a really good matchup next week in the big house.
Thompson. And he'll pick up about 7 on the play. Jaden Davis with the tackle.
I'm impressed with Jaden Davis. I know I said that already, but this guy, every time I see him on film, he's sticking his face right in there. He's a willing tackler. And every quality defensive coach that I ever talked to, regardless of school or program, says the exact same thing about what makes corners so valuable. Obviously, if they can cover, that goes without stating. But it's their willingness and ability to tackle in space that really sets the good ones apart.
Ball thrown over the middle and a nice catch as Duffy threw it behind Dalton Rigdon, but he hauled it in anyway. A flag on the play.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 8. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
That's Bridges again, his second penalty.
He was trying to tackle that football, and the right hand just got caught up in the face mask. Then he tugged him down to the ground with that right hand on the face mask, and he has only played about 4 or 5 snaps and has 2 penalties over there on that side.
I have a question for you, Joel. How have the fans of Texas Tech adjusted to the fact that Cliff Kingsbury was let go?
Yep.
And they got a job as a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah, I think, listen, that was a very unique and interesting circumstance. And I think that people and fans that I know of, in particular around the program in Lubbock, were ready for a change, you know, and the days of trying to win 62-60 had grown tiresome. Now, granted, you're sitting here watching your team in the midst of a 55-16 game, and you're probably wishing that this was a shootout and you guys were throwing it around the building as well. Texas Tech only has 96 yards throwing the football today, but Kirby Hocutt, the athletic director, he wanted a very specific type of team, and a team that could go out there and play more sound on the line of scrimmage on each side, play better defense, and he went out and he targeted and ultimately hired Matt Wells from Utah State. Matt was at his alma mater. He had played quarterback at Utah State. Matt's a really good football coach that did a great job at Utah State. Had a couple of different 10-win seasons there with the Aggies in Logan. And he's tasked with doing something very difficult, which is build a culture of toughness and defense where there wasn't previously a culture specifically of defense.
To quote Hocutt, in August he had a mandate. He said that he wanted to see, as you mentioned, Joel, hard-nosed defense, solid special teams, and an offense that was at least adequate. He said that he had it up to here with sporadic performances, silly penalties, soft psyches. It doesn't have to be SEC football, he said, but he wanted to put a team on the field that didn't get pushed around and cash in the chips after losing a hand. Fourth down and 3. Incomplete.
About Gus, this is the true freshman. He was a 5-star recruit, #1 dual threat quarterback in the country, coming out of the state of Arizona, played at Pinnacle High School. And Spencer is a really talented player. Spencer Rattler obviously has an immense amount of talent. You can hear the crowd reacting to Spencer Rattler. I think most people would assume that he's the future of Oklahoma at this quarterback position. I think Tanner Mordecai will have something to say about that, but he's certainly a talented guy, and every time I've gotten a chance to be around him when he's throwing the ball, Gus, he's certainly impressed me.
Came into this game 4 for 4 this season, 50 yards. He's thrown a touchdown. 2nd and 2 at the 32. Drops this one off. Stevenson, first down. Breaking tackles. We'll get close to midfield. 15-yard gain.
Stevenson can be a really valuable part of this offense, and the reason is what you saw at the end of that run, and it's his size. He's 236, 235 pounds, and in those short yardages, if you want to start lessening the impact of Jalen Hurts and running him in between the tackles, now all of a sudden your short yardage can be Ramondre Stevenson and that big back that can take on tacklers and gain positive yards off after contact.
Said Texas Tech coach Matt Wells, he's talented, twitchy, and thick. Got to get population to the ball against him. I love how coaches come up with those phrases. Population to the ball. I think, can I start using that?
Go ahead. I like it. Oh, that's very good.
Let's see if we can use that in this game. See if the Red Raiders can get some population to the ball. Second down and 10 at the 47. Play fake. Rattler winds up, looking for it all. Oh, incomplete. Hazelwood looks like he had it momentarily, but just couldn't hold on.
Trying to go freshman to freshman there. I thought Rattler held that ball a little bit too long, and because of that, it became just total 50-50 situation and the hand fighting going on down the field with John Davis and Jaden Hazelwood. Rattler thought he had it. He's about ready to jog down the field. Trust me, when you complete a big pass and you jog down the field to get to the line of scrimmage, Gus, it is a triumphant jog down the field as a quarterback.
Curtain call. Third down and 10 at the 47. Rattler over the middle and incomplete. Weiss had it knocked out of his hands. The producer of today's game is Charles McDonald, and the director, the man we call the Vision, Rich Dewey. The associate directors, does he like that?
He loves it.
The associate directors are Robert Bubba Slosby and Ryan Doherty. The sideline producer, Johnny Araya, and the broadcast associate is Andrew Wolf. Our technical producer is Thomas Lynch. Our statisticians are Jeff Chapman and Josh Franz. Steve Owens is our researcher, and my spotter, Ichabod, Scott Duthar. Up the sideline, McPherson. Let's take a look. We know what the OU offense has done. Let's take a look at what the OU defense has done. They've gotten some population to the football.
And remember, it's been about no excuses and then maximum effort. Here's a couple of effort plays. First, you have Turner Yell saving a touchdown. Then they're able to get off the field, force a field goal by hustling to the ball. This was a couple of series ago. Neville Gallimore, he hustles to the ball. Maximum effort creates a turnover. Those are the plays that ultimately Alex Grinch and Lincoln Riley, they're going to put on the film in front of the team and say, guys, these are examples of what we mean by maximum effort, and they'll point to them as signs that this defense is improving. Now, there are areas where they need to continue to improve, namely their gap soundness against the run on the edges, because they've been really good in between the tackles, but anytime Texas Tech wanted to run on that outside zone, too many times there was a gap created or the in-man on the line of scrimmage was hooked, and Texas Tech was able to gain positive yardage in a big way on the outside of the defense. So that's something that they'll certainly work on, and then they need to continue to work on penalties overall as a team. 9 penalties today for over 100 yards.
Duffy underneath. Nice catch, Rigdon. A 22-yard gain. Let's take a look at the Coors Light road ahead. We'll start with the 6th-ranked Sooners.
I'm going to travel to Kansas and then Red River, and that one is going to be an absolute showdown because Texas is a really good team, and Sam Ehlinger is playing such great football. They'll host West Virginia at Kansas State, who has looked better and better as this season has gone on, before finishing up the Big 12 slate at Oklahoma State, as they look to win their 5th straight Big 12 title here this season.
Thompson running, and so Roderick Thompson, the redshirt freshman, has run really hard today. As we take a look at Texas Tech's upcoming schedule, they'll be back in the state of Oklahoma to take on the Cowboys, followed by Baylor, Iowa State, and Kansas.
It's a preferable schedule when you look at where they have to travel, outside of the fact that when you come into the season and you've got to play at Oklahoma and at Texas, that's going to be a difficult proposition.
Knocked down the air. Brian Asamoah got a hand on it.
Asamoah has flown around today. He had a sack last week in their last ball game, I should say, against UCLA. And there he just right spot, right time, gets his big right hand up there on the football.
3rd down and 5. Duffy. Sideline catch, but not enough for the 1st down. Levi Draper with the tackle on Thompson.
I do love that Texas Tech committed to Duffy after he moved the ball so efficiently early and got them some points, and they clearly said this is going to be our guy, this is going to be our identity. And now moving forward, as they have these weeks where Alan Bowman will be continuing to try to get healthy, their starting quarterback, I feel like they'll at least have the ability, Gus, to build around one quarterback moving forward.
Duffy coming in for Jackson Tyner early in this game.
Boy, what a performance on 3rd and 4th down from Oklahoma today. Hadn't it been such a different look from them than what we've seen in the past, in particular on 3rd down? Texas Tech, Gus, is 1 of 14 on 3rd down so far today. Oklahoma State,
maybe Kansas State,
Iowa State, you know, who just a few years ago came in here and won a game against Oklahoma. And the question really, I mean, gosh, it's defense, defense, defense. This was the last ranked pass defense in the country. And today against Texas Tech, you know, albeit Texas Tech team without Alan Bowman, their starting quarterback, but OU gives up just a little over 100 yards in the passing game. So clearly things to build on, and a team that, if you're an Oklahoma Sooners fan, Gus, you got to feel good about your chances to win that 5th straight Big 12 title and potentially get back into a position where you're competing for a national championship.
Jalen Hurts, 16 of 23, 413 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 rushing touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 6 catches, 183 yards, a career high. For Joel Klatt, Jenny Taft, and our entire crew, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long.